Are you tired of searching for that same business class award flight day after day without finding what you're looking for? What if I told you there was a better way? People wouldn't want me to tell you this, but you can actually get a text message or an email sent straight to your phone as soon as an award flight becomes available. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this with 4 of the most popular business class flights out there, saving you hours of time and headache. The solution I'm talking about is award alerts or points alerts, and I'm going to show you how to set these up using popular tools Seats.Aero and Points Yeah. There are other tools that offer this product as well, such as Roam Travel, SeatSpy, AwardTool. These are just the 2 that I like to use, and you should be able to use a lot of the same techniques from the ones I show you with some of these other tools. If there is a functionality or detail that you like about another tool aside from these 2, let me know down in the comments, but let's get into it. If you watch this video of mine, you learn first of all every way to book a business class flight on Japan Airlines, and then second of all, you learn that award availability could be quite slim and dang near impossible to find. And that brings us to Seats.Aero. Now we typically use it to find award flights, but we're also going to use it to set up these alerts. So you simply create alerts, hit this button up here, select for specific routes and dates. Now I'm going to show you how to do this logged into my account, which has a pro subscription, just so you can see the full functionality. Now I'm going to go over what you could do for free and with a paid subscription later on in the video. So as it says here, Seats.Aero lets you set unlimited alerts without restriction, and you'll be notified once availability is discovered, but you will only be notified once, and then that alert will be deleted. So you can't keep an open alert for forever, and it will continuously hit you with new updates. You'll have to reset that alert once you get one single notification. And so just keep that in mind whenever you make your alerts, because you're going to want to make sure that you don't have anything within your parameters that already exist. Otherwise, it's going to give you a false alert. So going through here, you get a full year of availability with your pro subscription, and then you can either be notified by email or by text. If it's a really hot commodity like Japan Airlines, you'll probably want to put in your phone number to get texted as soon as it's available. And then it asks for what mileage programs are you searching with. And so you need to know some baseline knowledge of the route that you're looking for. So if you remember from the video, Japan Airlines, you've got Alaska Airlines, American, British Airways, and Cathay Pacific as far as airline programs you can book with. However, Seats.Aero doesn't search British Airways, and they don't search Cathay Pacific. So we're simply searching on American Airlines. You can add Alaska Airlines if you've got Alaska miles, but let's say you've got American Airlines miles and that's what you want to book with. So we'll put that in as the program. Select your departing airports. So the nice thing about this is you can insert multiple departing airports, which is great. And so you can search all the different airports that they fly from. As you can see, there are quite a few airports, so you can insert all of these or just select whichever airport you're interested in. So I put in several departing airports. Now, a key thing to remember is that Seats.Aero doesn't search every single route that there is on American Airlines. It searches the major routes. And so you're not going to find a flight from Austin to Tokyo on Seats.Aero. They're going to search the main hubs like DFW, JFK, LAX, etc. So be sure to only search for non-stop flights via this program. And for arriving airports, you could put Tokyo. You can also put KIX for Osaka if you wanted that as well. And then you've got your date selection. So if you're not flexible at all, you could do a single date, or the date range is going to be the most common. You can select an entire month or multiple months. You just type in the starting and the ending dates that you're interested in. And then you've got any date. So I wouldn't really recommend this because although it seems impossible to find business class flights on Japan Airlines, I did a practice run with this same alert and I've got 3 different alerts all on the same day. So do the date range, whatever is reasonable for you, whatever you're available for. And so you can do business or first class if you're really just looking for first class flights. And then you've even got advanced filters here. We're just going to select business class availability here though. So another thing, just to make sure you get what you want, you could do only direct flights. So it gives you an option to select the minimum number of seats. However, it does tell you that it's not really available for American Airlines, Emirates, or Qantas. That's just because of the data that they're able to receive from the airline. Now the maximum number of points, this could be pretty important. So you want to make sure you know the typical cost of this flight. And so we're going to put 70,000 miles on, and then you could put any taxes and fees. There are different reasons why you would want to put a cap on it, but this flight is pretty straightforward with Japan Airlines and American Airlines as the partner. And then you can also specify here, just to be even more specific, you could put in Japan Airlines. And it does give you a notification here that phantom availability is common with this carrier, so you should always confirm availability before transferring any points if that's an option. And this is something that's out of their hands, and that is just common practice. Always, always, always double check that availability before transferring points. And if you have a specific flight number for a route you're looking for, you could type that in there. Once you click create alert, you can go down to this drop down menu and select manage alerts, and it will take you to this page and it will show you all the alerts that you created. And so just from that one form, we've created all these different alerts to show us any award availability from any of these airports going to Tokyo or Osaka, and you'll get texted as soon as anything pops up. And so that's pretty rad. Let me show you what else we could do. So let's set up an alert on Points Yeah. If you don't see your menu on your left hand side, just click on this top left hand corner and then select on alerts from this menu. And so you'll see two tabs. You want to be sure you're on points price alerts and not on deals alerts. Points price alerts are the ones that we're talking about and will give you the most detailed information. So as you can see, it tells you I have 32 unused alerts and each day counts as one alert. And so this is one big difference already between Points Yeah and Seats.Aero is that it is not unlimited and each day that you're searching for counts as an alert. So for this example, I'm going to get pretty niche here. Another difference between Points Yeah and Seats.Aero is that you're only able to search for one airport at a time. So for this, we're going to look for DFW to Madrid. Now I know that there's a sweet spot that you can get a business class award flight on Iberia for just 42,500 points off peak. And then you go look at the peak and off-peak calendar for Iberia. You can see that in June of 2025, that June 1st through the 17th is considered off-peak pricing. So let's say that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to put those dates into the calendar here. Now something that's cool, that's very useful, is that I'm currently in June 4th. That's today's date when I'm recording this video. And so Iberia only releases their award availability 360 days out. And so these dates aren't yet available, but I can still set an alert so that way as soon as the award availability comes up and Points Yeah finds it, I'm going to be one of the first people to know. You could go and search for it yourself each day as it comes out or just set an alert, and it does let you set up to a decent amount of time in the future, maybe a month out. Seats.Aero does have the same capability and actually lets you schedule further out even. And so for this flight, I'm going to search nonstop because if it has stops in it, then it's going to price higher. Doesn't matter what bank programs, what does matter is what airline. And that's another difference between Points Yeah and Seats.Aero is the airlines that they track. Points Yeah tracks a lot more different airlines. For instance, it has Iberia, whereas Seats.Aero does not. And so I'm specifically looking for that Iberia price point. I could also look at American Airlines and other partners if I wanted to do that. If you had a specific flight, I could type in the flight number. You do need to put a maximum points per passenger. And so like I said, it was 42,500. That's the price I'm looking for. I could put in a maximum taxes. I could put in a maximum flight duration. I can even specify what time of day I'm willing to depart. So that's pretty cool and different, as well as arrival time. And then premium cabin percentage. This is useful for especially partners like Iberia, Air Canada, and others that tend to give you mixed premium cabin space. This would be like a leg of it in economy and then another part of it in business class. So you could put 100%. It shouldn't be a big deal because it's nonstop and we're just searching for business class flights though. After that, you simply hit create. And then it'll tell you your tracking has begun. If you select OK, it'll show you your alert here, and you can see that your alert is turned on. And if you wanted to copy it and just put in a different airport, you could select that button there. And then just type in a new airport, hit create, and that's easy done. More differences between the two tools is that Points Yeah will not text you, they'll only email you with an alert, but also is that these alerts, they're unlimited and they're continuous. So even though you receive one alert for that date, they'll keep searching, looking for price changes, or if there's more seats added, you'll also be alerted there. You should receive an email with any changes, and you can also access it via Points Yeah's website and on their tracker board there. And that would show up on just this page like we've been looking at earlier. So like I said, you're limited by these tools based on the programs they search. For instance, neither of these tools can search Singapore Airlines for the flights that you're able to book with Singapore points, and same thing with Cathay Pacific. You can't find Cathay Pacific flights and make alerts that you're able to book with Cathay Pacific miles. However, you can set up alerts on their partners such as Air Canada and book Singapore flights at that great price, but you won't be able to see all that availability that Singapore has. But there's still a lot of ways to get creative if you have the background knowledge and if you know what you're looking for. Now, where do you get that knowledge? You go ahead and subscribe to this channel. My name is Michael, by the way. Be sure to like this video if it's been really helpful for you so far. I'm going to show you another alert that could be very useful for you, and then I'm going to talk about more about these tools and the pricing and the features, and then at the very end I'm going to show you how you could set up an alert for business class flights on ANA, so be sure to stick around. Okay, now let's say you want to book Qatar Airways Q Suites, and you want to book it with Avios. However, the problem is Seats.Aero doesn't track any Avios containing programs, but they do track various partners that you are able to book Qatar Q Suites with, and it even has a fancy tool where you can do Qatar Q Suites Finder. So once you get to this tool, let's say you want to go to Doha in business class, and so you switch your filters from North America to Asia, and then make sure to hit show full year of availability. Again, I'm showing you everything with the pro subscription, and then we'll talk about the free stuff later. And so as you can see, it shows you all the different possible Q Suites findings. And so it shows you the seating here. It appears that this one's a Q Suites. This one may or may not be. And as far as how to find Q Suite specific, it's kind of a different video altogether, and it's kind of hit or miss all said and done. But this is your best chances here. As you can see, there's a lot of different partners. You got JetBlue, Alaska, Virgin, Velocity, American, Alaska, etc. And you've got all these different places. And so I don't know what you're looking for, but let's say we're still trying to fly from DFW to Doha. It gives you all the dates available here. Let's say you're looking for a specific date, or maybe you're trying to do it in May or June, so we can set up a price alert to find Qatar Q Suite. Now the reason why this will likely work is because all of this award availability on partner airlines is more than likely going to be available on Qatar's website in order to book with Qatar Avios. So if that reason stands, we're able to set up an alert to look for availability on these partner airlines, and once we get an alert on those partners, we should be able to go to Qatar Airways and book it using Avios that way. Now here's what that alert would look like. And so you could type in those 4 mileage programs. You can put in all of them because different programs can sometimes get different awards, and so we want to track all of them. And then you're going to put DFW. You can put multiple airports, but I'm just going to put one, and I'll tell you why here soon. And then you've got your arrival airport in Doha. You could type in whatever date range. Again, you just want to make sure that there's not actually an award flight within the date range you're looking for, because it's just going to send you that alert of that pre-existing flight, and you're not going to get any more notifications. And then of course search for business class availability, and I always do the advanced filters just so I get exactly what I'm looking for. And then you can type in minimum seats as applicable, and for maximum cost and points, remember we're searching those 4 award programs found on this screen, and the highest one is 104,000 on Velocity, so be sure to type in 104,000. I'm just going to leave any fees, and then just make sure to specify for Qatar Airways as well. Now you can also put a specific flight number, and this could be handy here because if you don't know, Qatar Airways only flies Q Suites on certain aircrafts and on certain routes, and so you can even go as far as type in the flight number of a particular route that you know is supposed to fly Q Suite. Again, they also have last minute equipment changes, so even then it's not guaranteed, but this is to increase your odds. You could type in one of these flight numbers here and create an alert, and it will tell you if there's Q Suites availability on that specific flight. And that's how I would create that alert. And then once you get an alert from either Points Yeah, you'll get an email like this, or you'll get a text message that looks like this. All right, Michael, show me the money. How much do these tools cost? All right, getting into that, but first off, if you are interested in purchasing the premium version of either of these tools, I have affiliate and referral links down in the description. It means a lot to me if you do use those. It helps me more than you know, and I truly appreciate it. Now, moving on to Seats.Aero. Like I said, I showed you the pro and premium versions of each of these functions here. Seats.Aero Pro costs $9.99 per month if you want to do month to month, or $100 per year. And in terms of what the free alerts can do for you, it's honestly not much. You only get access to the first half of the form, so you don't get access to any of the advanced features. So you can still search all of the different programs all at once. You can search multiple different airports, both beginning and ending. You do only get specific dates, and so you can only do one date at a time, but you do get unlimited alerts, so you can do the little time crunch there, do alerts every day, which you can't do, and it's tragic, but you can't specify which airline you're looking for, and you can't set a maximum points that you're looking for. And so this really limits the use of the points alerts tool with Seats.Aero. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you only get 60 days of a date availability. To unlock a year availability, you have to purchase the pro version. So this is only good for close-in bookings, and you can't really specify what flights you're really looking for at all. So essentially, if say you want to alert for this date on Air Canada or Flying Blue, it's going to shoot out whatever business class flight is available, no matter if it costs 100, 200,000 points, and it's going to use up that alert. So it's very hard for me to find a really good use case for this. So unfortunately, you kind of do need to use the Pro version if you want to get the most out of those alerts tools. But the Pro version is very worth it. I do highly recommend it. I show you how to use the Pro version in a lot of my other videos. So it's not a bad investment if you're going to use it. With Points Yeah, with the free version, you get 4 active alerts, which previously on the premium version that I showed you, it was 32 alerts that we were using. And with 32 alerts, you could do a lot of damage, but it'll cost you $89.99 a year. They don't have a monthly subscription. It's just kind of all in. Along with those alerts, you do get 8 days of simultaneous searching, which on the free version, you get 4 days whenever you're just searching via its regular main search function, which doesn't sound like a lot on face value, but if you're doing side-by-side comparison, searching 8 days at a time versus 4 makes it a lot easier to search a month's availability at a time for multiple airports all at once. I give you glimpses of it in other videos of mine. Now the good thing is the points alert function on the free version is the exact same as premium, so you're really just paying for more alerts. And you could do a decent amount of damage with just 4 alerts. They can be particularly useful if you just got specific dates you're looking for, or if you're looking like right as the calendar enters, or if you're looking for that space right as it gets released, kind of like how we talked about earlier. But again, you're still just limited to 1 airport at a time, and it's only 4 of them. And I forgot to mention, and don't forget the useful feature of Points Yeah and all of the different airlines that it follows. And so you're able to search through a lot of Star Alliance programs that Seats.Aero doesn't cover, like Turkish Airlines, Avianca, which they can have some great business class availability and prices to look for, and Iberia as well. So you tell me down in the comments which of these 2 tools sound most appealing to you, and which one would you be most willing to pay for. So which one of these tools do I use? Honestly, neither of them. I'm not quite yet in my aspirational business class phase. I'm still just taking trips on where I want to go at whatever class is available to me. I'm not prioritizing business class. So points alerts isn't actually something I needed to do. It's something I wanted to learn for y'all guys to show y'all. So again, if you're interested in either of these tools, be sure to check out the description and sign up via the links below. It does help out this channel significantly, and it means more to me than you know. And if you want to learn more in some of my other videos, I'll have them linked at the end, but I do have one more promise to deliver to you, so you can also find them in the description as well. Now let's get into the Encore I mentioned earlier. Now here's the Encore as promised, how to set up an alert to find ANA business class flights. But first I just want to say thank you for following along so far. I know this is a bit dense of a topic and a little bit advanced. However, I hope it's been useful for you and that you've at least found something that you can replicate until you fully figure out exactly how this works. Now getting back into it, this is really kind of only doable with Seats.Aero. But let me first show you like how to find ANA flights on Seats.Aero. I've got it all loaded up here, so you go to United Airlines as the program we're searching, North America to Asia, full year, and then I always select all of the airports and then unselect Honolulu because there's always going to be a lot of availability there and I don't want it crowding my screen. Filter the airports for Haneda and Narita, filter for just ANA, and then you simply sort points upwards, and then these greens are non-stop, and so these are the non-stop flights on ANA available to book on United. This 110,000 point price is going to be your saver award space, and so theoretically this award space should be available to book via partners like Virgin Atlantic at that very sweet low price that we know and love. Now we do have one in San Francisco, and I did check it and it actually isn't available, so there's phantom availability to worry about. Always double check before transferring any points. But here's an award flight I found earlier, so this is what it would look like. You would have this I in business class here, 110,000 points. This was JFK to Haneda. I just found this earlier today on Seats.Aero. And then to prove that it is actually available with partners, I looked it up on Avianca Life Miles, and here you can find it. So you could have definitely called Virgin Atlantic and booked this flight. However, it's already gone as well. So now that we know the result and what it looks like, let's go and create that alert. So if you go to create alerts, you're going to search for United Mileage Program. For departing airport, if you wanted to keep it simple, you got United Airlines major hubs, but I would probably type in each individual airport that has potentially an ANA flight flying from, which you could check out my ANA video for more details about that. Arriving airports, you could type in Tokyo. Unless you meant any date, I probably still wouldn't pick it. I'd probably pick whatever date range I was trying to go to Tokyo. Business class, advanced filters. This one you can actually probably leave off direct flights if you're okay with connecting somewhere in the United States before flying over business class and ANA. And so just be sure to switch this over to ANA as far as the airline you're wanting to fly with. And then with this maximum cost, you could just type in 110,000. If you really wanted to be specific, you can type in I fare class. However, I don't want to over filter it, so just out of paranoia, I'll probably just keep it as any fare class, honestly. And then hit create alert. And just like that, you should be able to be alerted via text message or email whenever an ANA flight gets picked up by Seats.Aero. Again, my name is Michael. See ya.